insanely massive gameplay problem, and unless Bandai Namco decide to address some of these, Blue Protocol is honestly just not in the greatest state right now. Many Japanese players are currently complaining about the exact same issues that I have also experienced in the endgame of Blue Protocol network test, with even this Japanese article saying that they currently do not recommend playing Blue Protocol in its current state. In fact, you can already observe one of the first issues on the screen right now. This game is very terribly optimized, especially in town. I'm currently running a 2070 Super, and I'm getting a whopping 10 FPS.
You're running 2070.
This is only one of the major problems that we'll uncover in today's
video. Get a better
PC.
PC.
What? This is our honest review of Blue Protocol network test after playing it for a long period of time.
Okay. All right, listen. I know how expensive it is to build a PC. But don't blame the game if your PC is garbage. Okay? Like, yes, watch this one. Exaggerated too much, bro. His points are valid, but none of them will make... Dude, Blue Protocol won't fail regardless, period. Okay? I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to finish watching this. But I don't agree with what he's saying, because I watched people play into endgame. I literally watched a guy stream for quite literally, what was it? Like 15 hours? Like he streamed like all the way into endgame from level 1 to level 18 Aegis Fighter. And he had none of these problems. He had no crashes. His PC was good. 2070 Super is not even high. It's not even high end. I don't know what he's talking about.
Protocol felt a lot more like Monster Hunter.
I'm not trying to flame him, but look at the video that he's putting out. I can literally see the pixels on the Blue Protocol. I can see the pixels. Like we're at HD. It doesn't like
RPG like Final Fantasy.
What is he talking about?
Or Lost Ark.
Get a better PC, bro.
Involved having you collecting rare material either through monsters, boss drop in the dungeons, or open world harvesting.
It looks like his graphics are turned all the way down, but I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna be quiet. Let's just watch.
Blue Protocol is rather straightforward. Every single class come with a normal attack, which is your left click, an identity skill, which is your right click, and finally an ultimate ability. In addition to that, you can choose 4 skills to equip at any given moment, in addition to 2 summon, also known as a Magi, to accompany you in combat, for a total of 6 ability plus an ultimate, and then your normal attack and your identity. In addition to that, you can also perform a dodge action by using the control button on your keyboard. That will perform your dodge roll, which as far as I know is an iframe.
You most likely played in a higher res too.
Is that for the majority of the
software.
time, you're just gonna be spamming your normal attack.
Exactly.
Your ability doesn't really have the sense of rotation or combo. They don't really tie into each other in any meaningful way. So you kind of just toss them out whenever they're
my whole problem with this video already is just the fact that and I get it. It's YouTube. You know, you got to kind of like clickbait, whatever. But bro, he literally started out saying that you shouldn't play it pretty much. And as someone who's a YouTuber, I don't know how many, he probably has like a decent amount of subscribers on YouTube, and he probably plays on Twitch as well. If he probably streams on Twitch, I don't know for sure. But if he did, then you understand that streaming, it's all going to have a high impact, especially whatever you have running in the background is going to have a high impact on the game. Not only is it beta, but everybody's playing the beta, okay? And I just can't get over the 2070 like that. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, so at that point, maybe one thing that he should have done, like, it looks like he turned down his graphics too. Cause look at this. Like, I can literally see the pixels, bro. I can literally see the pixels.
On top of just having low interactive skills and the fact that
oh my god, I'm sorry, I need to stop.
Really long cooldowns.
I hate when people talk shit about Blue Protocol. Not talk shit, but like, it's just not negative. It's negative. I don't like hearing negatives.
30-second cooldown, and finally, your ultimate ability have a 200-second cooldown. The end result is that you're just gonna be spamming normal attack majority of the time. How much skill expansion is there? Right there yet? Nope.
Bro, you're playing Archer! You're playing Archer, of course.
Fair though, I was probably playing the lowest effort class in the game.
Exactly.
If you play something like Mage, then you actually have a energy meter that you have to manage.
Exactly.
Plus, Mages is a lot more spammable. And if you're playing a melee class in a higher level dungeon, then you have to involve a lot more by watching the enemy.
Exactly.
There's also an elemental damage system in the game, which you can observe under the boss.
Elemental
bar,
burst,
which is currently infected
burst
with status. When you eventually fill up the entire bar, the boss will get staggered, which allows you to get free DPS. As far as I know, there is no elemental reaction system in Blue Protocol, unlike games like Genshin Impact, and it's mostly primarily only used for debuffing the bosses. For what it's worth though, you can change your class at any time on the same character in Blue Protocol by equipping the corresponding weapon for that class. You have to level each class separately, similar to Final Fantasy XIV, but it is possible to play every single class on the same character, so if you ever get bored of one class, you could always look to switch to a different class and try it out.
Oh my god.
Having low involvement in combat is one of the biggest complaints I've seen on the Japanese player side, since you only get 4 ability, with some having a really long cooldown regardless of what class you're playing or what dungeon you're doing. But we have a much bigger problem to uncover with Blue Protocol, the gear progression system. The gear system in Blue Protocol involve your primary weapon and then 2 summons that you can use in battle, also known as Imagi, and then finally 5 insignia, which is your armor slot. Each of these items will contribute to your battle score, which is how you progress in the game. If you play Blue Protocol normally by following the main story quest, within the first 2 hours of your gameplay, eventually you're gonna hit this church, which is your first major progression wall. When you first unlock the church dungeon by following the main story quest, it is very likely that you'll be at level 6 or level 7 with maybe 200 battle score, but the church dungeon demands you to be level 12-ish as well as a 700 battle score, which is an extreme jump from where you are at the main story quest, with no clear indication of how to actually progress your gear to that point of the game. In my personal opinion, this will be the biggest cause of Blue Protocol failure, is because many players will drop out of the game at this point.
God. I don't want to watch anymore. Like why? I don't want to watch anymore. Like you played the game, bro. You I mean, I guess I understand about the dungeon. I understand about the level cap, but let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. The fact that you hit one main wall pretty much compared to like Lost Ark, for example. I remember I was playing Lost Ark and I had to literally grind for hours just to meet level cap for one, or not level cap, but like level requirements or battle power requirements for one random dungeon. Let's come on. All right. I don't like the word failure, because in my opinion, this game will not be failing.
Since the gear progression wall is just way too huge, even within the first 2 hours of the
But he's
game.
free to his opinion.
Fortunately, when the game eventually do get released on America, I will be making videos and guide on how to get past some of these major barriers. So if you're new here and you're enjoying the video, consider subscribing to not miss out on future video, and maybe also leave a like for the YouTube algorithm as well. Let's start off with leveling your own characters. Leveling your character in this game is extremely slow. Side quests are really tedious, but doesn't give a lot of EXP.
I think the XP amounts are probably what
amount of
people
EXP, but they're extremely
wouldn't
long.
like.
So what is the most efficient way to get EXP? Hunting groups. You're gonna acquire majority of your EXP simply by killing monsters, and one of the most efficient way to do that is to simply find a hunting spot where there's really good mob spawn, and you just basically kill everything on site. You only have to hit the mob once in order to get credit, which gives you the drop as well as EXP. So often you'll find a bunch of players sitting at really popular spot, fighting over monsters and just killing everything on site. The
thing is, they literally had a, like, if you played, you know what dungeon I'm talking about. They actually had a dungeon where it was like practically endless as to you could go deeper into the dungeon and you could be like level 5 or something like that, and then if you keep going deeper in, you're gonna keep seeing higher levels of monsters. There was a point where someone got to like level 45, or like it had a purple name on it, or purple name on it. It was like level 45. So therefore, if you actually had a hunting group in the dungeon, I'm pretty sure they had it there just for this reason, so you could level up quicker. You could literally just level up with like 10 plus people, just keep killing stuff as you go in, and the further you guys go in, the quicker you guys level up, I think that was probably the exploit. But he's definitely right about hunting groups. I definitely think that's a good thing. But if they have a dungeon similar to that, I'm pretty sure that would probably be the meta way to get XP instead of just sitting around waiting for them to spawn again, because you can keep going and keep finding stronger things to kill that'll grant you more XP and better items. So
in comparison, quests in this game feel extremely unrewarding and tedious. You often find multiple quests that ask you for the exact same thing, such as killing 20 enemy or collecting 20 flower in this zone. I can literally
it can't
find
be that bad.
3 to 4 quests that's asking for the exact same thing, and you feel like you're doing the same shit again. This one, collect 30 material from this place, and then the next quest come back and ask, hey, can you collect 10 more at the exact same places?
I think the only reason that
here,
I think the only reason that like people are having problems with the quests in general is just how little the XP that they're getting. Like, because some of these quests are like you're getting like 300 XP or like maybe like 500 XP. That's like nothing when you get to a certain level. You're gonna need like 10k or like 9k at least, you know, something like that. So I feel like if maybe the quest could maybe like, I don't know, had more XP for a certain level, like maybe the XP amount you would be getting was like adjusted to what level you were at the time, that'd be cool. But maybe that might take a lot more work. I don't know for sure.
30 more. And you can see how this one I haven't done yet, because
RNG was trash, like gathering 40, was boring. 50. Also,
yeah, I already collected like 40, 50. And then this quest,
yeah,
like,
wasn't there RNG with certain items?
Exact same shit you just did again. Go back to the same place, do the exact same thing.
Like you could be trying to get like, you could try to get like 5 rocks, and then like you would go get the rocks, and you wouldn't get the exact rock that you need or something like that. Like,
and you have to do it because this gives you the recipe for RNG. I mean, whatever this insignia is.
I expect that, man. The Blue Protocol devs are amazing. The whole entire Blue Protocol team is amazing. They actually care. Like they listen. Right. They listen.
And it just feels really torely.
Like network test isn't just for the network.
But
like
leveling is actually the
it's for everything. Like they're gonna take feedback and they're gonna edit and they're gonna make changes.
The battle score is the real difficulty when it comes down to the game.
That's why I find it a bit hard with these videos, because it's so harsh and like you know it's not gonna be the exact same.
And these could be extremely tedious to get. Some of these rare material might come from few bosses that spawn after a certain amount of random interval, and you just gotta be there when it does spawn and hope there are a lot of people there as well to kill these bosses, because they do take a long time to kill. Other time, it would just ask for rare material that drop from regular monsters. In this case on the screen, I'm looking for 3 goblins' hair. These material have extremely low drop rate, which is again why you see hunting group just going around and hitting every single monsters, because everybody is looking for these kind of rare material, and of course you need multiple of them. These drop are actually by name as well, meaning that you have to hit the right goblin at the right place to get the right drop.
Oh my god.
Goblin, such as Elderly Goblin, which is the red goblin on the screen, does not actually count. It drops a different material and it doesn't contribute to whatever you're crafting. At the very least, when you're hunting for a rare monster drop, you're still somewhat playing the game and you're still getting EXP, so you're progressing in some kind of way. The main problem of Blue Protocol is the harvesting RNG. Other than asking for rare material from either bosses or few monsters, it could also ask for rare material from pure harvesting. And the way you get these rare harvesting material is simply by running across the entire map, collecting every single node you see across, and praying at every single one of them that it is gonna drop the one you need.
Just pick up everything.
Again, an extremely low drop chance.
Just pick up everything.
All these nodes in front of me, right? These are like resource harvest spot, and basically like you just have to go through each one of them and harvest every single one of them, and each one of them has like a 1% chance of being the grass you need, and then you need like 10 of them. So you end up just running around the entire map gathering grass. That is the entire game of Blue Protocol, bro. The low drop rate on rare material is by far the #1 biggest complaint when it comes down to the Blue Protocol network test, especially considering that these nodes are really spread apart and they respawn really slowly, making your entire experience just running across the entire map and collecting grass. Because of the way the gear progression work in this game, it is almost mandatory that you do this and just start collecting grass at some point of the game. This is because in order for you to vertically advance your character, you must first advance your character horizontally. In order for you to obtain the next tier of weapon in the game, you have to craft it. Say for example the level 10 thunder weapon, you have to obtain a bunch of rare material through the same process, but most importantly, beat the corresponding dungeon, in this case the 270 battle score dungeon, to obtain the boss material drop. But in order for you to get from 200 battle score to 270 battle score, you have to advance your character horizontally by improving your Imagi or improving your insignia. The game kind of guides you through how to obtain each one of them through the adventure book, and by completing the adventure book, it is most likely that you have the material to craft the next level of the insignia or even give you the recipe. But again, each one of these quests are extremely tedious and involve asking you to, say, collect a bunch of rare material, and you end up just going around and harvesting and doing the exact same thing over and over. Overall, it feels like you're just doing a bunch of meaningless shit, especially with how low the drop rate is, to have a chance to progress your character. Keep in mind that until you get the next weapon, your character doesn't really do more damage, so you might be fighting harder and harder enemy to get those rare drop, but your character doesn't do more damage to help you kill them. I'll make a separate video diving
That's how weapons work.
The huge progression wall problem with Brute Protocol.
What?
But in my very honest personal opinion, this combined it with the fact that you're just grinding against.
Is he saying that? Wait, because maybe he's talking about the level of your character, and then it doesn't matter because of the weapon. Wait, hold on, let me go back.
To help you kill them.
Let me go back really
harder
quick.
and harder enemy to get those rare drop, but your character doesn't do more damage to help you kill them.
Yes, it's all weapon based. Yeah,
diving deeper into the huge progression wall problem with Brute Protocol, but in my very
weapon
honest
slash
personal
runes.
opinion, this combined it with the fact that you're just grinding against low drop rate will be the #1 cause of Brute Protocol failing ultimately. I honestly think Brute Protocol would be a game with really high potential. The world looked really amazing, the aesthetic looked really cool, and the end game, while it is simple, does get the job done. It'll be a really cool friend to play with your friends. And I still plan on making content on this game in the future, so again, stay tuned. Alright, hold on. Future me here. As I was approaching the end of editing this video, looked like the director has already made comment about some of these issues that I talked about in this video, and of course many player feedback as well. So that's how you know it was legit. Many player was complaining the same thing that I was complaining in this video, right? So noticeably here he say, personally I definitely want to improve the adventure board, which is really repetitive, the drop rate, which is one of the biggest complaint I have throughout the video, and the gathering aspect of Brute Protocol, or like to call touch grass aspect. So now you know that every single thing that I complained about was legit and it was definitely issues. But fortunately, they're looking to address it. Originally, I was gonna make a segment here about how if they don't address it, then Brute Protocol will fail because people don't really like that amount of grind. But it looked like they're already looking into it, so maybe we're safe. Anyway, yeah. This video only briefly covered the problem with the progression system as well as the combat system, and doesn't really show a lot of the other stuff that Brute Protocol has to offer. And so if you'd like me to showcase those as well, let me know it in the comment below. But I feel like this is definitely one of the biggest and the most important things to talk about, since these are things that nobody else has been talking about, as you don't really observe these in the trailers or in the gameplay footage that they provide to you and stuff like that. So yeah. That is pretty much it for this video, and as always, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.
Okay. All right. So he's not wrong. You know, I feel like what he's saying isn't necessarily wrong, and maybe he's just saying like I think it's just like when it really comes down to it, I get it. YouTubers, they got to get their clicks, they got to get the drama, whatever going. It's gonna fail. But guys, I can't. Like I just don't like the vibe. It's like it's sticky. You know, it makes me think of like just sticky stuff, like sticky soap, like or sticky soda. Like it's just like I don't want to touch it. Like I don't want to hear it. It's nasty to me. Because like saying Blue Protocol is gonna fail over these like it's so simple. Everything that he's complaining about is literally quite literally the most simplest fix. So going to the point where you're saying, well, this is gonna fail, this and that, that's literally what MMO Byte did. But look at what MMO Byte did after that. He kept posting about Blue Protocol after claiming it was gonna fail on release. Claiming like I get it. 1010 is kind of like passive. He's saying it could fail. It could. MMO Byte said it would. It will. It's done. All right. I don't disagree with what Tintin has to say. I can understand that maybe things get a little bit repetitive, you know, having to pick stuff up, but that's what MMOs are. It's a lot of repetitive stuff. You have to do a lot of certain stuff again. I do think though that yeah, the RNG, the part that sucks. That definitely needs to get fixed. The drop rates definitely need to get fixed. But I don't think that the combat system or the leveling system when it comes to damage and leveling your character and then the damage that you'll get with your weapon really deserves a change. I think it actually is pretty good like that, because the thing is, if you're able to level up, if you're able to level up your character to like super high heights and for some reason get a damage boost because of that level of your character, pretty much it's going to be really weird, because now you're going to, every time you switch your weapon, right? That weapon that you have, no matter how good it is, it's going to be leveled down or like watered down to the level of your character of the or that class. So say you're like level 18 and you're doing like hundreds of damage, like big number, right? Big dick energy against a monster. But then you're like, you know what? I kind of want to get off of Aegis Fighter. I want to play Spellcaster really quick. And then you have like this really nice weapon on Spellcaster, but you're like level 3. Now that nice weapon's going to be level 3. But if you're able to just get your numbers off of your character's level only, that's worse for you. So why would you want that? Just grind. Like at the end of the day, it's all about grinding. I don't really understand like what the whole entire big deal is. And I definitely think that voicing it in a video like this is good, because of course someone's going to see it. People are going to see it. But like the whole point of the network test is literally for the devs to find problems and fix them, as they did with the bug. And that's why the network test got delayed, because like they're looking for the problems. They want to make sure their game comes out good. Guys, this game's been in the works for quite literally 5 years. Okay, 5 years. It's not going to fail. All right, we need to stop throwing fail around and stuff like that. It's not. Yeah, we need to stop doing that. It's weird. But again, it is what it is. All in all, not a bad video.